let's get this over with. This is Yakity Sax. Okay. So this episode begins on a lovely day with Fluttershy and Angel going through the picnic when Fluttershy hears a very awful sounding noise coming from the distance and thinks it's an animal in pain. And it turns out it's Pinkie with an instrument. Yeah, Angel's the only one that's suffering. So, you're probably wondering, what exactly is this thing that Pinkie is playing right now? And apparently it's so bad that it basically scares off the rest of town. Time for good old exposition to figure out what exactly this noise is.
What is that thing? It's called a revolves. It's from Yakity.
Figures. So basically, Pinkie has now picked up a new instrument, which is called, as Twilight explains, it's the Yiddiphone from Yakistan. Go figure.
Well, it's actually quite popular. Is it supposed to sound like that?
But apparently, because as this episode already demonstrates, is that even though this is an instrument that Pinkie has just learned about, and she's not very good at it. And basically her playing is so bad that it causes birds' feathers to break off, and as I said earlier, scare away an entire town.
Are you sure we're talking about the same thing? Phew! And that was only a few days of practice! Can you believe it?
Oh my god, So what can I say about this episode that hasn't already been said? I get what they're trying to go with, but here's the thing. Pinkie playing the Yiddiphone, an instrument that she just learned about with only a few days of practice, and while even though the characters are suffering, if the audience is suffering as well, that is not a good sign.
Yes, I can. I can honestly say I've never heard anything like it in my life. Well, if you enjoy listening to my playing half as much as I enjoy playing my playing, then I can totally play more. That way we'll be even.
Don't do that, because you know what, let's just keep going, because this is only the tip of the iceberg with this episode.
I don't think that's necessary, Pinkie. Yeah. Please, don't. There's a chance I may have missed a note or two here or there.
And she's oblivious to her playing and thinking that her friends aren't going to be suffering for this.
I just love playing so much. You complete me.
Could you repeat that last part again?
Love playing so much. You complete me.
I'm sorry, but, isn't the one thing that makes Pinkie happy is seeing her friends smile? The exact same things are in the lyrics in the Smile song from Season 2, the song I would be playing if not for copyright.
Well, I, for one, am glad you're having so much fun with your new hobby. Uh-huh, sure. And it's great that you're learning a new skill, and you're just waiting for me to finish talking so you can start playing again, aren't you? No.
Oh, okay, let's just get to the annoying part now, because even though her friends try to be supportive, Pinkie's playing then becomes impossible for her friends to complete everyday life as she decides to play right in their homes while they're working. She even does this to Fluttershy's cottage in the middle of the night and wakes them up the animals through her awful playing and being completely inconsiderate to her friends. I'm sorry. What? Okay, so... I mean, you did it. Like, I don't know how, but the writer somehow made Pinkie completely inconsiderate to every... This is almost like what she did with Rainbow Dash in Super Speedy, but 10 times worse. This even happens in the next day when she ruins the Wonderbolt show. Okay, that's it.
I'm a kill it.
Still you do it.
I'm a do it.
Still you do it.
That's what I would do to the Uniphone right now, because this just makes me wonder if the writers even know who this character is. Especially when we see that she goes to Sweet Apple Acres and destroys all of Applejack's apples in the process. That's basically describing the sound of the Uniphone. So the rest of pretty much the rest of the main six go back to Twilight and show her exactly what happened.
A trophy? For second place. Second place! All because of Pinkie's playing. And I wanted to turn heads with my new fall line. But not like this.
And thanks to her fruit-blasting melodies, I got an orchard full of nothing but applesauce.
And it ain't even sauce and seal. And just look what her playing did to poor Fluttershy.
So they try to do the thing where they try to hide the truth from her, but thankfully they squash it right away because of the Celestia playing episode. And what ends up happening is that when they go and tell her, her awful playing scares off the entire town. And I'm kind of wondering if anybody would have told her this while she's playing.
Well, there's no time like the present. Phew. That's weird. I could have sworn this place was packed a second ago.
Yeah, and I'm sure this is what somebody should have told her this while she was playing.
What part of I have a hangover every fucking morning don't you get?
Yeah, I'm really just like, why are they doing this? Okay, so to basically save some time and some ignorance, and after...
You mean the thing I love more than anything else in Equestria? My sun, my moon, my stars, my everything?
Just a reminder, the thing that makes her happy is seeing her friend smile, not this instrument that she just learned about.
Ooh, tell me.
All right. In all honesty, Rarity has something to say.
Pinkie, please, listen to Rainbow Dash.
One annoying gag later, Twilight basically tells her,
And none of us want you to waste your time on something you can't do well. That is the Ovidiphone. And none of us want you to waste your time on something you can't do well.
and just something to keep in your back pocket. They don't go off on her and tell her not only is she not good at it, but her playing was also interrupting her friends' business lives and also being completely inconsiderate to her friends. They don't mention that part. Okay, so Pinkie ends up taking it well, but then later that night she then decides to throw a fit. And remember when I said in the matter of principles of how Discord was acting like a perpetual child throughout the entirety of that episode? Well, basically that's Pinkie for the remainder of this episode.
A bit of home clean, please. And a 1 and a 2, and I don't know what to do.
No, it doesn't work that way. You cannot make the center-focused character of the episode be totally happy of being inconsiderate to her friends, making their professional lives more difficult, and then we're supposed to feel bad for her that she's not playing an instrument that she's not good at. Go back to middle school English class and try again. So then we get to the next day where she then becomes Pinkamita because the Uvidiphone was the one thing that basically made her happy.
Top of the morning, Julia. Is it morning? I hadn't noticed. That's
are supposed to be sorry that Pinkie is now basically throwing a fit because she's not playing her quote-unquote favorite instrument.
There's gotta be something we can do. I'm sure there is, Mike. We just have to figure out what. I don't get it. So she's so good at playing the ubidophone. What's the big deal?
The big deal is that you failed to mention that her bad playing caused you all the things that you brought up to Twilight. You didn't mention that part.
There's so many other things she's really good at doing.
Yeah, not being able to play the ubidophone is nothing compared to all the things she can do well.
You know what, I'm just going to mute the rest of this part because essentially what happens is that we basically get a montage of the main six trying to get Pinkie back into the spirit of all the things that she is good at, but she then basically decides to continuously throw a fit and whine and mope because she is not playing her little favorite instrument in the ubidophone. And you know what? I'm just going to let Evil Dick yelling at Jen Johnson and Big Brother 8 describe the entire scene because this is how I feel about Pinkie throughout the entire episode while this is going on.
I am not a bad person.
Crying like a little bitch? Is that why you
I'm not a
held
bad
your
person.
hand over your picture and started crying and throwing a fit? Is that why you pulled the picture of you and your
Evil.
mother off of the wall? Because you're
Good person, and I don't care what you think.
You are a good person in your own mind.
Great.
Saddam Hussein
That's all
was
I
too.
care.
You're going to go down and you're going to have the life you
Yeah.
deserve.
Keep telling me.
I
Come
am.
on, keep at it. Go for it. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care.
Because you
Say
nothing inside.
anything you
Nothing
say to me,
is-
you do nothing.
I know nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing anybody
I
says
am
to you
wonderful
does
to myself,
anything.
and that's all I care
That's
about.
right, because you're so hung up on yourself.
Right.
Yeah, because this is what I want to say to the writers to make me wonder who is the pink pony in this episode, because it's certainly not Pinkie Pie. Oh, and by the way, hey, in case anyone was wondering, in Party of One, on a friend indeed and Pinkie Pride call, they want their good character development back.
So, I'm guessing no pony had any success?
My party cannon idea was a real dud.
Don't blame yourself. None of us did any better. Well, not to worry. I came up with the perfect solution. Instead of trying to remind her what she's good at, we'll remind her what she's best at. And that's being our friend. We're gonna throw her a Pinkie Pie appreciation party.
Okay, so they throw the party, and while the party does look nice, Dummy basically doesn't do anything because they ask Dummy to bring Pinkie, but when they go to the Sugar Cube corner, they see Maude packing up all of Pinkie's things. And why does she do this?
That's all. Explain.
No, they're not. They're right here.
Hey, let's try this a different way. Why did you pack up all of Pinkie's things?
She asked me to.
What?
Pinkie told me to pack up her room and take everything to the rock farm.
What?
She said she wouldn't need them since she's moving to Yakistan.
What?
Okay, so let me clear this up for anyone who isn't missing. So basically, now, because Pinkie is not allowed to play her new favorite instrument, which, keep in mind, this is an instrument she only learned about in this episode, and as far as I'm concerned, it's never brought up again for the rest of the season, is not very good at it, but the main reason why it was such a problem for the rest of the main six was because she was being inconsiderate and ruining their lives. And so now her solution to basically not playing the ubidophone, she decides to run away to Yakistan. Alright, let's see where this goes.
Sorry, Maud. Must have misheard you. It almost sounded like you said Pinkie moved to Yakistan.
Rarity? She did say that.
Terribly sorry, Applejack. Must have misheard you. It almost sounded like you said she did say that. Maud, I don't understand. Why would Pinkie leave Ponyville?
Yeah. Why would she want to go live with the yaks?
She said without the ubidophone, her life had no meaning, and at least in Yakistan she could listen to the Masters play. She hoped that would give her some semblance of happiness.
Maud, again.
X.
She said without the Vitaphone, her life had no meaning, and at least in Yakistan she could listen to the masters play. She hoped that would give her some semblance of happiness.
Excuse me, the fuck?
Just to remind her, the one thing that makes her happy is seeing her friends smile. It is in the Smile song, the song that's on iTunes for 99 cents. You can buy it right now. Clearly these writers have no idea how Pinkie's character is, so the only solution to go be with the Vitaphone, because at this point I feel like she wants to make out with it at this point, is to run away to Yakistan because she can't accept the fact that she was inconsiderate to her friends and she's not good at playing. I hate to borrow this from Linkara's Marvel Civil War 2 review, but fuck it. Linkara, could you explain what Pinkie just did is whole lots of levels of wrong?
If you posted this on the Am I the Asshole Reddit, every response would be YTA!
Okay, so anyways, her friends then decide to go to Yakistan and they hear some really good Vitaphone playing.
Oh, I'm sure. Come on.
So while this, they see Pinkie basically eating a lot of ice cream and basically throwing a depressing fit.
Excuse us. Can help with that. Oh, hey. What are you guys doing here?
Just hear us out.
We respect your decision to move to Yakistan, but we just wanted to remind you how much you mean to us, and how much we'd miss you if you decided to move here from... Fine. I'll move back to Ponyville.
Wow, that was a lot easier than I thought. We're awesome!
You failed to mention that the reason why... You know what? I'm not even going to bother, because this episode doesn't even bring it up. But basically now, Pinkie is continuously throwing a fit, and basically he continues to do this.
Pinkie, what's wrong? That's what's wrong. I thought coming here and listening to real Vitaphone playing would make me happy. It makes me feel worse. I'm never gonna sound like this.
Bro, are you really that full of yourself?
Like, I don't know what else to say. Because this episode, I skipped over a lot of the stupid bullshit in this episode because there's so much for me that gets me fired up. Admittedly, it's not as angry as some of the previous episodes, but this one does not make this case any better. So, we get to see her while the main six are talking. They see her gently playing with the Vitaphone, and it makes her happy.
Oops, sorry. I forgot what an awful Vitaphone I am.
No, the main reason why you're awful at it is because you were inconsiderate to your friends. Hello!
Playing it makes you so happy. It sure does. I mean, it did. Then you should never stop. So say we all.
Absolutely.
But you were the ones who told me to stop because I wasn't good.
And they failed to mention that one reason that I keep bringing up because it seems like the writers forgot about it.
And we were wrong.
Twilight, could you repeat that last line?
But you were the ones who told me to stop because I wasn't good. And we were wrong. Playing makes you happy.
And as long as it makes you happy, doesn't matter how good you are. So get up there and show these yaks how it's done.
So basically, Pinkie just emotionally manipulated her friends to get back into an instrument that she only had a few days of practice with, had likely not played in about a week, and now she just manipulated her friends to get her back into playing this instrument.
Dude, this is bullshit.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, Alright, let's just get to the stupid part. So, So basically, the main six encourage Pinkie to go on stage, and she plays the uvitophone. And she's still not any better than she was. That probably would have been someone's reaction, and that would have been the realistic reaction to give. But no, this is what we get.
I kind of wasn't expecting this. Me neither.
Oh, Pony play good set.
You think so? Even though it wasn't perfect?
Your vitophone is instrument of happiness. Playing your vitophone make Pony happy. Pony playing is perfect.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you forever. Fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. You fucks.
So, in case anyone missed that, basically what this episode is saying is that no matter how badly you play an instrument or you do something, if you enjoy playing it or enjoy doing it, you don't feel the need to improve. That is a horrible message to teach. You're basically not saying to kids, like, oh, if you suck at something, as long as you enjoy it, you don't need to improve. What? Now, listen. I want to give this episode the benefit of the doubt. But that's the thing. When you take up an interest, yes, you are going to do bad when you start something new. It's going to happen. But if you enjoy it and you keep getting at it, you'll be able to get better. So I get what this episode is trying to do. But what I'm getting out of this episode is basically saying that you don't need to improve. You basically can just continue to be the same shitty level, but as long as you enjoy it, you don't need to improve. What the fuck kind of logic is that?
Well, if that's the case, let me play you the song I just wrote 2 seconds ago. It's called I've Got the Best, Most Supportive Friends That Pony Could Ever Ask For.
That you emotionally manipulate to let you play the instrument that you're not good at, and then you just forget about it after this episode. That's my feelings about this episode. I don't really need to say anything else. That was Yakity Sax. This episode got awful. Do I even need to say what else is wrong with this episode? This is horrible. I mean, this is right up there. This is one of the worst episodes I ever have to sit through. Probably what makes this episode really awful to sit through is how inconsiderate and how much of a perpetuate child they make Pinkie Pie. Honestly, this is probably her worst showing out of all 8 seasons so far. Like, I just don't know what else to say about this character assassination. Because basically, the first half of the episode, Pinkie is inconsiderate and just completely throws herself to playing this instrument that she's not good at and makes her life miserable. And when they tell her that she's not good about it, and by the way, they don't list the reasons as to why it made awful, or remind her like, hey, listen, Pinkie, the reason that you're not good at it and why we're so upset about this and bringing this up is because you basically made our jobs difficult. And then by the second half of the episode, she flailed her arms like a child because she didn't get her way, and then decides to run away and be a big baby about the whole thing because she's so hung up on it about it, and then she emotionally manipulates her friends to get her back into playing it. And the moral is one of the worst. Like I said, I get what they're trying to go with, that even if you're not good at something that you're interested in, and as long as you enjoy it, you could be able to get better at it. That, I believe, what the supposed lesson is, but the way this episode's framing it, it's basically saying, like, oh, it doesn't matter how shitty you are, as long as you enjoy it, you don't need to improve at all. What? Now, honestly, I think I was kind of expecting that this episode was going to suck, because, I don't know, this was just an annoying episode. I feel like this episode is a lot like Slide Whistle Studios from SpongeBob, where it has just as much of an annoying sound, and I think that's really what bogged the episode down a lot. There was just a lot of things going against this episode that really, it defies all logic, centering on the pony that has all the lack of logic. Alright, so what's the episode? I'm just giving Yakity Sax an F. And I'm not giving this an F-, like a matter of principles or a marks for effort, is because at the very least, despite of how awful this episode is that at the very least, I kind of get what the moral is, or at least at least I get what they're trying to say, even though the execution's garbage. And much like the Mean Six, this is another episode that you can actually skip because they dropped the uniform thing after this episode, so it's not brought up again. So much like the Mean Six, this is another episode that you can actually skip and not miss anything. So yeah, final ranking. Yakity Sax is just an F. This was not an enjoyable episode for me. Can this season get any... Is there any way that this episode cannot get any shittier? Alright, next time, our next episode is going to be On the Road to Friendship. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.